gigantes han arrasado todo a su paso, de norte a sur. Un barco con un centenar de personas a bordo ha sido arrastrado por las olas y se desconoce la suerte que han podido correr los pasajeros. El epicentro del seísmo se sitúa en el Océano Pacífico, a 130 kilómetros de la costa y a la poca profundidad de 10 kilómetros. El gobierno japonés ha despachado aviones, barcos y ejército de tierra para socorrer a las víctimas. Los expertos avisan de la llegada de nuevas olas de hasta 6 metros.
La gente evacuada debe quedarse lejos de sus casas porque un tsunami origina varias olas gigantes. Por favor, permanezcan en sus refugios.
El terremoto ha desencadenado un principio de incendio y ha sofocado en una central nuclear en la ciudad nipona de Onagawa. Otros reactores han paralizado su actividad. El gobierno ha decretado la alerta atómica, pero asegura que no se han detectado fugas radioactivas. Varias centrales eléctricas arden en estos momentos. Solo en Tokio, más de 5 millones de habitantes están sin luz.
Live coverage of a river in the river. This is from our camera reporter in Miyagi. And it looks like the tsunami has engulfed several cities in Miyagi Prefecture. Live footage of Miyagi as the tsunami has struck the area, obviously engulfing farms, homes, alongside the river. In Sendai City, this is, in Miyagi Prefecture, tsunami, live coverage of tsunami engulfing this Sendai area in Miyagi Prefecture. This is after a major earthquake hitting Japan Friday afternoon. Japan's Sendai area where a tsunami is engulfing the area. A major earthquake has hit Japan on farms and homes. Obviously, cars, trucks. You can see some of the tsunami, and it looks like some fire breaking out in the Sendai area after the tsunami has hit. Major earthquake that was revised to magnitude 8.4. One of the largest earthquakes ever to hit Japan. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. But as you can see, live coverage of Miyagi Prefecture in northern Japan, the Sendai area. The tsunami has already engulfed some cities, fires breaking out due to the earthquake. In northeastern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves of over 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency is in the Sendai area, Miyagi Prefecture, north of Japan. For those of you who have just tuned in to NHK World, a major earthquake hit Japan Friday afternoon about an hour and 10 minutes ago. Japan's meteorological agency says the quake measured magnitude 8.4. It has revised it upwards to 8.4. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. In northeastern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves of over 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency is warning that the tsunami could reach between 6 and 10 meters. Currently contacting local governments and related agency to assess the extent of the damage. Earlier, Prime Minister Naoto Kan and his cabinet ministers have gathered at the Prime Minister's office, where an emergency task force has been set up to respond to the earthquake. The task force will gather information on damage and prepare for more possible tsunamis. Japan's Foreign Minister Takeaki Matsumoto has ordered his officials to start preparing to accept foreign assistance. He has also told them to check on the safety of foreigners living here in Japan, where a tsunami has already struck, and you can see some of the damages so far in Miyagi Prefecture, northern Japan, and the Sendai area, but also for Russia, Marcus Island, the Northern Marianas, Guam, Wake Island in Taiwan. For those of you who have just tuned in, Japan's meteorological agency says the quake measured magnitude 8.4. The agency has issued a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. In northern Japan's Iwate Prefecture, tsunami waves of up to 4 meters were observed soon after the quake. The agency is warning that the tsunami could be between 6 and 10 meters. Haneda International Airport has reopened 2 of its 4 runways. The airport had earlier closed all runways. Haneda International Airport has also established a special office to look into the damage to banks and other financial institutions. This is live footage of Sendai, northern Japan. You're seeing a fire, fire breaking out after the magnitude 7.9 earthquake hitting northern Japan. 0.9, and that's exactly where that fire is occurring at this time. We're trying to get more information in regards to the extent of the damage. Our helicopter, and this is a look at Kesenuma in Miyagi Prefecture, where the earthquake hit the hardest. You're obviously seeing the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has issued a tsunami warning not just for Japan, once again for Russia as well. Marcus Island, another tsunami is hitting Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai, Japan, and it looks like that tsunami wave is moving upstream rapidly. Live coverage from our helicopter up in northern Miyagi Prefecture, where a tsunami obviously coming in several sweeps, hitting Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai area. A large part of the city has been struck, engulfed by this tsunami. Farms being washed away along with houses. We don't know the extent of the damage for an hour and a half, and we're still seeing large tsunamis moving and hitting the area of Sendai in Miyagi Prefecture. That tsunami obviously is going to hit the coastal areas as we see. Million buildings in Tokyo in surrounding areas lost power soon after the quake. There has also been a massive power failure in the area hit hard by the quake in the northeastern part of the country. A major measuring 8.4 magnitude, one of the largest to ever hit Japan. The agency has issued a warning, a tsunami warning for Japan's Pacific coast. Obviously, that tsunami already landing, several sets landing in northern Japan. Transportation, the majority of the Tokyo area has been stopped. All transportation in northern Japan about an hour and 30 minutes ago. In Miyagi, you can barely see the takeoff platform of that air refinery. We're back to live coverage from our helicopter in Miyagi Prefecture, Sendai, northern Japan. That looks like the Sendai airport almost completely flooded from several tsunamis that has hit the area. Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary Tetsuro Fukuyama told reporters on Friday that the governor of Miyagi Prefecture has asked the government to send self-defense force units to deal with the situation. Defense Ministry officials say SDF personnel are currently contacting local governments and related agencies to assess the extent of damage. You can see people evacuating on top of the buildings in Sendai area, in Sendai Airport. They're obviously moving to higher ground as the tsunami has hit the area. They're moving to safer, higher grounds. You can see that people have been on the very highest top of the roofs of Sendai Airport. And there's a look at the control tower of Sendai Airport. People obviously evacuating to higher ground on top of the roof on Sendai Airport, where a large tsunami has engulfed a large area of the city. Our helicopter is also at Miyagi Prefecture, covering live the Sendai area, where obviously a large tsunami has hit an area engulfing big parts of the city. And Sendai Airport in northern Japan are still closed. On an NHK helicopter, obviously some fire in Chiba Prefecture, breaking out on an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture, north. A large fire breaking out of an oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture. An oil refinery in Chiba Prefecture in Ichihara area.